الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله.
Many communities come from humble beginning, like Medina, when the Prophet ﷺ migrated. The first things the Prophet ﷺ and his Sahaba has done is to build the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not only for worship, but to conduct all the Muslim activity and affairs needed at that time.
Yeah, so we've been around here for about 25 years, the Masjid itself, and I've been a part of this community, a part of this Masjid specifically for about 18 years now at least. I can definitely say that this masjid actually raised me. This community actually raised me. So I grew up here, and not only did I myself get older, and I got married and I got my own kids, but I see my own friends, my own brothers and sisters, they're also expanding as well, and we're seeing new faces come to this masjid as well.
As youth, we are struggling with so many issues. One of them is holding fast to our faith while feeling different and isolated. That's why creating a bigger space to meet should be at the forefront of our community discussions. We need space to get together and in a very healthy environment. Who you are hanging out with, who you spend time with affects who you are.
Mosques are not just places of prayer or learning centers. Mosques are, in modern terminology, community centers, where we can come together and build bonds instead of looking for this environment somewhere else.
I've been, I think more than half my life I've been in this community, 12 to 13 years, and I've seen, I've been in this masjid, I've been in the other masjids, and this community has, grown so much and so exponentially that this current building that we have is not enough for our needs anymore. So with that being said, especially for the older generation and for the younger generation, I think we all need a place where we can come and not be, congested and, just have enough space so that we can focus on why we really come here, and that's to praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then, make sure our prayers are being done perfectly.
One of the problems that the masjid has been facing is the amount of space that the women and men's area have when they're praying. Like for example, in Ramadan, the areas of both men and women's sections, it becomes so crowded that some of the other brothers and sisters who want to pray later during the night can't even get inside.
So for example, coming to Jummahs where we see, 5 Albanians, and now all of a sudden our Jummahs, they're having about 20 to 30 Albanians that actually show up, and not just one particular, group of people, let alone, the other countries that we have a part of this community. So that's a really, really beautiful thing. And I feel like after, all this time, growing up here and, being with this community, I feel like this is definitely the next step that's needed, and I'm very excited, and my kids are very excited to see, and I just think it's going to be such a beautiful thing for the whole community, and I think it's going to be something that's going to unite us more, inshallah, and I'm just really excited to see see how this is going to come together, and I hope it happens as soon as possible.
I'm one of the youths that this community has raised, and as one of those youths, I know firsthand the struggles in our educational endeavors. I remember when I was younger, we used to rent out actual public schools and multiple community centers just to teach us our deen for many years. And alhamdulillah, now that we bought our lot on the West Road, I've seen many improvements in our educational endeavors. But most of all, we still have more ground to cover.
Many youth today are the father and mother of many Muslim children in our community. Our community is growing rapidly, and we need to strive to build the institution needed for our community so we can prosper. Like many other communities around us, Chicago, Milwaukee, every community struggle. Every community struggle like we are. But if we work together hard, if we work hard together, we can succeed and we can be prosper like them, inshallah.
To empower our community, we need your active participation by sharing this opportunity of building a new masjid with your fellow Muslims.
So I ask you all to please donate as much as you can, because this is not for us, it's for our future, and it's for our kids and our grandkids who will be growing up in these masjids. And what better place than for them to grow up in a masjid where they can have a sense of belonging and know that hey, this is for me and this was built for me. So I think that also when someone is given a reason as to why, oh, we built this for you, I think they have a more sense of that, hey, this is for me, so maybe I should actually come here. Along with that, I think that if we all donate, it's going to be a sadaqah jariyah for all of us, that every amount that we put into this masjid, get this done as soon as possible. Every reward, every event that happens in this masjid, every event, every talk, and every time our kids come into this place, it will give us good deeds, and inshallah in the akhirah, that will benefit us a lot.
Our community has been very generous, and alhamdulillah, by the grace of Allah, we were able to accomplish a lot. But we need more to help finish the first phase.
That's why we need your help in donating for this new masjid, so that we may have the space needed for everybody to come during Ramadan and other special events.
Please build your akhirah as much as you can by generously donating to this project and community.
I will encourage you to do whatever it takes to be part of this and to come up or figure out whatever you can do to make this thing successful. And inshallah, this will be done, and many of us inshallah will be witness its completion.
We ask you to donate generously for this project.